Before you say anything, this is not an April Fool's joke. I just really like giving out real information on days where people lie all the time. Hello everybody, I'm Garrulous64, and welcome to something that I'm sure you've been waiting for a very long time. But you know, then again, it's not exactly what you might have been hoping for. I am very sorry about that. Sometimes things don't really work out the way you plan them to, and that tends to be the case when you get involved in a big project and you're only really doing it because people want to see it and not because you really want to make it. Now, I know that doesn't sound great for the progress of this, but I'm here to let you know that I've actually written quite a bit more for Sonic Generations Rewritten. I just haven't finished it yet or finished any of the video stuff. So why would that be? If I'm continuing to write it and I have progress, why would I just not bite the bullet and finish it? Well, that's because I am incredibly burnt out on this project. It is a thing that people have been begging me for a very long time, and I understand that it stinks that it's not out. So today I decided, hey, I have progress done on this. I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and then I'm going to give you an ultimatum. What you're about to see some clips from are episodes 2 and 3 of Sonic Generations Rewritten. Now, these things, of course, are already released, and I know you might be like, oh, he's rehashing stuff again, oh no. But you're gonna notice, it looks a little bit different because I went back and I decided to remaster episodes 2 and 3 so that they include the same comic-style panels as episode 1. And in the interest of accessibility, and perhaps if my impressions aren't very good, I've also decided to include something at the top left of the screen that shows who is going to be speaking when I am doing my impressions. Now, this isn't something that someone was asking for specifically, but in my head, I feel like accessibility is never a bad thing, so that will be there as well. Without any further delay, here are some clips from episode 2 and 3, but now with the newly remastered comic panel format. Hope you enjoy.
Geez, is that chemicals or your breath? Sonic says, holding his nose. That gets funnier every time I hear it, truly. Eggman turns to his younger self. If you're smart, and I know you are, you'll invest in earplugs. Noted. When exactly does he start with the endless one-liners? Sometime around 1998. Classic Sonic narrows his eyes at Robotnik and rubs his hands together with a sinister smile on his face. Robotnik uneasily walks up on ahead to catch up with his future self. The big bad bug is beaten, and once it explodes, a purple aura emanates from it. While the Sonics were fighting, they coincidentally managed to travel close to where the Tails, Orbot, and Cubot statues were, and once the purple energy reaches them, their color slowly fades back in and they fall to the ground. Sonic and Classic help Tails get to his feet, and Eggman jumps down to assist Orbot and Cubot, walking very quickly by his adversaries, not looking any of them in the eyes. Oh, it's so good to see you two! I don't know what I'd do if I lost either of you. I think we know what you'd do. You'd just build replacements, right? Eggman's mustache droops and he begins sweating. Orbot floats back over to Cubot, and the former continues to console his acquaintance over their real boss's betrayal. Robotnik looks up, a strange noise breaking him out of his musings. Did anyone hear that? Hear what? It sounded almost like some kind of metal contraption? I can't really describe it. I've been sobbing uncontrollably. Maybe it was that. No, I've blocked that out at this point. Alright, I heard it that time. Tails, doesn't that sound like... Sonic, Classic, and Tails are knocked away from Dr. Robotnik as Metal Sonic crashes into the scene. Robotnik hardly has time to react before Metal grabs him and darts out of the warp corridor they've been following and vanishes into a warp ring some ways away. Orbot and Cubot stop their heads from literally spinning and look to the others for clarity. That robot just doesn't know when to quit. Well, we'll show him, won't we? He looks at the last place he saw Classic Sonic, but he's not there. Sonic scans the area, just in time to see Classic entering the same warp ring that Metal had fled to with Robotnik, the ring closing behind him. Silly boy. He's you alright, throwing caution to the wind and then running even faster than that wind. Tails, I know I've got a lot of issues I need to work out for myself, but now's really not the time for an I told you so, especially over something I didn't even do. Well, technically, I don't want to hear it! He rushes Classic for one final blow, but accidentally smashes into a nearby wall and falls off the speedway, much like he does in CD. The wall opens up, revealing Robotnik standing by a tied-up figure devoid of color. Ah yes, I suppose I should thank you for rescuing me from my... rescuer. That robot seemed to be protecting me as if I were its creator, though I suppose I am, or will be. So as the most similar thing to what it knows, it's likely its programming latched onto me, and decided that I was in trouble because I was surrounded by all of you creatures. Robotnik turns to face the frozen figure. And as for her, she was possibly a victim of our robotic assailant as well. I don't recognize her in the slightest, though.
Now, I mentioned an ultimatum, and that is a very serious word. I probably could have used something different. It's not that serious. What I was thinking of doing is releasing the Google Doc with everything I have written for Sonic Generations, the full story, today. Right now in this video, it should be in the description. Now, you might be asking, why is that an ultimatum? The more ultimatum part of it is, I don't know when I'm going to finish this, so I'm releasing everything I have so you can see it, and you can read it, and you can enjoy it, whatever you please, but I don't know when it will be done as a video with voice acting and visuals. That's the trade-off. If you don't want to be spoiled on it, and it's not completely written yet, don't look at the documents, as easy as that. I have no planned release date for this, and that's why I'm doing this today. I'm trying to just give you guys a little bit of something so you know that there's been progress. I just don't have very many updates on continued progress, because, again, I just am burnt out. I don't want to write this thing anymore. Like, I don't have any more good ideas for it, I'm gonna be real. But yeah, that's about it. Again, this is not a joke. You can check that stuff out in the description if you want. If not, keep waiting for it. Maybe it'll happen at some point. Again, no release date. You're just gonna have to hope and pray, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a good April Fool's Day, and again, this is not a joke, so you better say thank you in the comments.